Hello. Today we try to learn the basic concept of physics in geometry. The term is MPG, mass point geometry. The other name of mass point geometry in engineering term is SOM, strength of material, that is the force applied, or simple machine, or the fluid body diagram. Anyway, we are not going in depth of why it is called SOM or the free body diagram. You need to know only 2 or 3 basic concepts. First we learn the concepts, then we try to apply in some figures, then apply in questions. MPG is very much helpful if you have more than 2 ratio or the 2 ratio for a given particular figure. Generally in triangle, even if you have a rectangle, so you break rectangle into triangles. It will work for the straight lines. Any figure with the straight lines, either rectangle or triangle or any figure having the straight lines, we can apply MPG. Mass point geometry is nothing but when we are playing a seesaw. Assume this is our seesaw, a game or a simple machine. When we apply a force of 10 Newton, assume, I am not taking the word 10 Newton, say there is a weight of 10 on a point A and there is a weight of say 7 on point B, and if the seesaw is balanced, means the total force of the fulcrum X in the left and the fulcrum X in the right hand side should be equal. So can I say if distance is equal to small a and this distance is equal to small b. So the total force by 10 newtons on the A should be 10A, and the total force by the 7 newtons on B each area should be 7B. Force into displacement is the work done. So the work done of the left hand side is equal to the work done of the right hand side. And if the fulcrum is balanced, these two should be same. So by this, can we say A upon B is equal to nothing but 7 by 10. So this is the output where the distance from the point is always reciprocal to the weight we are putting in. A upon B is equal to 7 by 10. So if we have ratio of the distance, we can find the weight by assuming some weight. So we are getting the ratio and we can apply ratio anywhere, even we have weight or we do not have weight. This is the concept. We can see the same concept in the coordinate geometry. If I say this is the P and Q point A, PA is to QA in the ratio of M is to N, the coordinate of XP and XQ, the coordinate of this is equal to X. Then the value of X in this we multiply M is to Q, M depends upon the Q and N depends upon P. So what I am going to tell you, the distance of the left hand side should talk about the weight of the right hand side, and the weight of the right hand side talk about the distance on the left hand side, and the vice versa. So main thing you have to remember, if I write this is 3 and 2 from this point P, so 2 depends upon A and 3 depends upon B, we can assume the weight at here is 2 and the weight at here is 3. This is the first concept you have to learn. Your weight is inversely proportional to the distance from the point or the fulcrum. Okay? This is the first concept. Please, there are 2 or 3 more concepts. I'm moving to the next concept. Okay, the second concept is the addition of the distance. If you have by any means calculated the weight at this is 3 and the weight at this point is 4, and this is your point where they are joining on any point on the line, then we can say at this point our total weight is the summation of these two. So this should be 7, and summation in this MPG is nothing but a scalar summation. We are not looking for the vector addition or the vector subtraction. So I am again repeating, if you have a point A, point B, point D, if I am assuming this one is a 4, this one is 3, so what is the weight at D? This would be 7. What is the distance between D to B in the ratio of, this is a 4, so this to 4x in the ratio of 3x because it is this. Or we can only assume this is the 4 and 3 if we do not have any distance. Assuming in mind there is some constant hidden. This is the second concept. And the third concept, by using the same thing, can we say if this point weight is A, this is B, this is C, this point weight is 17 at B, at A is say 10, then what should be the weight at C? Because this is the middle point, so we are getting a total weight at B. Here the 10, here 17, the weights should be C at 7. This is the weight is 10 and here 7. So can I say what is the distance ratio? This is a 7, so this side we have a ratio of 7, assuming x is a factor. This is the 10, so we have a distance of 10 here. If we have two weights or a particular line or the two ratio, we can find all the different quantities or the weight or the distance ratio. This is second and third, addition and subtraction. Now we are moving to the next concept. This is our next concept. When you have a figure like ABC as a triangle, from A you are getting another point. So take one thing, if you have three lines crossing from, or the minimum three lines crossing from a same point, there should be one or more weight at that point. So here at point A we have line AC, we have line AD, we have line AB. So what we have to do, if we have to assume some weight, either we assume weight at B or at C, but we are not going to assume at A because we can get two different weights. So we assume some weight at C according to question or the distance given, and according to C on the line AC we can find the weight at A. Okay, so assume this one is a point E, this one is 3, this one is 4. Can I say AE is 3 centimeter, EC is 4 centimeter on in the ratio of 3 is to 4. B and D take any ratio 1 is to 2, means BD is to DC is 1 is to 2, it's given. Take point F and say BF and AF are same. This is a given thing. If we have to assume the ratio, starting from B or C, take C. What would be the ratio of C or the weight at C? You see the C, the line BC and AC. Weight at C on line AC depend upon the 3. This one is 3. Depend upon C, and weight at C by the BC depends upon BD gap. That is 1. If you are assuming some weight at C, consider these 2 points and generally take the product. That would be easier in the calculation by making some natural number or the whole number. If you have 3 and 1, so say at C the weight is 3 and work on the line AC. If this one is 3 and 3, this one is 4, this would be 4 towards C. How much and how? Because the ratio is 3 is to 4, here the ratio should be 3 is to 4. Weight at A should be 4 towards C. Now work on the same line. Here the ratio 1 is to 2, so the weight ratio should be 1 is to 2. Just a reverse. If you have 3 at C, then at B it should be 6. We are getting B at 6. Now work again. Here it's a 6 and the ratios are the same, so weight at A should be same as 6. So this should be 6 and this one. So the concept number 3 states that when your point having more than 2 vertices, two lines crossing from the same point, so you can get 2 different weights. But you have to assume the first weight where you have only one vertex having the 2 lines. So we assume weight at 3 because it's a product of distance points or the distance gaps. Then we find the gaps and the weight at the different points. Now calculate the weight at DEF. DEF, this is the 6 plus 3 is 9 because this one. For the BA, A is 6, so B should be 6 plus 6 is 12 at F. At CA it's a 4 and 3, so weight at E is 7. Okay, now we can find anything. Join FE. Say this point is O and try to find the ratio. Think about the line FE. I'm talking about the FE. We have F and E. Point is O. The weight at F is 12. Weight at E is 7. So this should be 12x and this should be 7x. So the distance of OE upon OF should be 12:7 because we are working at point FE. Weight at F is 12. Weight at E is 7. Total weight should be 19. Now the concept number 4. See point A, you have two weights, 4 towards C, 6 toward B. If we are calculating the weight at A, add both the weights. This is the concept 4. When you have two weights at point A, this is the 4 towards this and 6. So total weight at A should be 10. So can you say our total weight A is nothing but 10. And see line AD. A, you have weight of 10, D, you have weight of 9. So the gap of AO is 9, that is 9y in the ratio of 10y. So AO upon OD should be in the ratio of 9:10. I hope it is clear. If you have any doubt, please rewind the video and see the concept. And cross-checking for the value, are you in the right track or not? Work in a line AD, you have AD. Calculate the weight at O. 10 plus 9 is 19, just addition at O in the line AD. Work on line FE. You have 12 and 7 work load on O should be 19. So any line joining for the common point you have a equal weights. This is the funda behind the MPG, means total weight in the all the sides are same. So acting force should be 0 if it is the balance. And that is the main criteria for the strength of material. We have to minimize force by adding the fulcrums or the bars. I hope it is clear. I am going to use these 3 or 4 concepts in your question. Okay, one by one, please work with me. You have questions in your screen. Pause the video, watch the question, read the question, make the diagram and solve. Please, in making diagram, make A in the top, B in the left and C should be right, because it would match to my figure and you can relate with your figure and my figure. Okay, so question in front of you is the question number 1, which we are discussing or we have discussed on our page. So the question number 1 is, okay, you have question triangle ABC, sides AB is 4, AC is 7, you have D as a median and point G is the intersection of AD and BE. You have to find BG if all sides have some correlation or the relation. So you have your image ready with me. Work out. Okay. From the point A, there are the 3 lines, so we are not going to assume the value at A. B, again we have 3 lines, so we are not going to assume the value at B. At C, we have only 2 lines, so start from the C. Even if all figure, if you have the 3 line crossing, you can start anywhere. But we have C at only 1 figure. So can you say this one is 4 and AE and AB are the same, so this should be 4 centimeter and this should be 3 centimeter. So at E, we have the ratio of 4:3. So the weight ratio should be 3:4. And we know this is the ratio of 1:1. So if I say this one is 1 centimeter, this should be 1 centimeter. I am writing distance as 1 and 1. And the ratio is 1 and 1. So the product of 1 and 4 should be 4. Why I am taking the product? Because the concept 1 said for the C, it's depend upon this gap and this gap and take the product. So the at C, our weight is 4. I am writing weight in a circle to identify it is a weight and rest are the distance or the gap. So if we have 4 and 3 and 4, A should be 3 towards C on the line AC. If this one is 1 and 1, C is 4, then B should be what? It should be 4 toward C. Now assume this one AB is a line and our fulcrum is at B or A. You can take anywhere. I am taking the fulcrum at A. So the total distance from here is 4. Fulcrum at A, so there is no force at A. So we can say the total weight at here should be 0, or we can say if we are working from the A, total force at B should be 0. If you are taking fulcrum at B, now give the total force at the different points. For the D, we have 4 and 4, so the total weight at D is 8. Hope it is clear. Work on a line AE. The weight is 3 towards C and 4, so the total weight should be 7. I hope it is clear. So at D we have 8, at E we have 7. So can you say now work on a line BE and looking for the G. The weight at B is 4, weight at E is 7. So the ratio of the BG is to GE is 7 is to 4. Can I say BG and GE, the line BG and GE, BG depends upon 7, GE depends upon 4, is 7 is to 4, just reciprocal. And we know GE is given 2. So by solving this we can say BG is nothing but 3.5 centimeter. I hope it is clear. Start from the C, get the value of A and B and work on. Okay. If you have any doubt, please rewind the video for this question and check. Again, if you have doubt, ping me. I am solving the next question. Again, the question from page on the same concept. Okay. The question is in front of you. Make your diagram. Try to be A in the top, B in the left, C in the right, and a diagram, and solve the question. I hope you have your figure with you. My figure is in front of you. I have everything in the figure. If you have anything in the question, please make your figure and put everything in the figure. AF equal to AE, BD equal to DC, because median, we plot all the diagrams, all the data in the figure. Then we can analyze the figure. Here you have two learnings again after from the concept 4 and concept. Then we have, it is not a concept, it's just a way to solve question. You have AF equal to AE and you do not know what is the total gap between AF and FB. So you can assume let AF is X. That means you have assumed that this is X, then this is 6 minus X and 10 minus X. Rather than working on a variable, since we are working in a ratio, we can take any ratio. So can we say we are taking AB any value less than 6 and try to be in a natural number to avoid some calculation, hectic calculation. So you can take any value, what do you want? Just I am taking a value of AF is 2. In the figure I have uploaded on the page, I have taken AF is 6. You can take any value less than equal to 6 because it is a smaller line and should not also exceed the value of 10. Because if we exceed the values, we are getting a negative terms and the negative will be the addition and subtraction would have some problem. If you are having the AF is 2, what you have assumed, so I am writing it's a assumption. 2 is my assumption is the gap. So this would be say the 4. And say it's not visible 2 and 4, but okay, no problem, you have assumed, it's alright. If this one is 2, then this should be again 2. Can you say again it's a assumption on the based on the assumption. If this one is 2, this should be 8 again on the assumption. So you have assumed AF is 2. So you know everything on this AF equal to 2 what you are getting. We are getting BF is 4, AE is 2, EC is 8. These values are based on our assumption. So the ratio we are getting on F and E is nothing but assumed value. So we are not going to work on this assumed value by finding the gaps. The given value is BD is to DC is 1 is to 1. So when we are going to solve the question, our process is, since we have the 3 lines crossing, we are not working from the A. Either we should start from B or C, because we have only 2 lines at B and C. So I am just assuming this is the 1:1 is the ratio. At B, the first gap is 2, second gap is 1. So assume C is 2 into 1 is 2. The weight at C is 2. Okay, the weight at C is 2. Now, our question is, which side we move? You can move any side. You have 2:8 means 1:4, so this would be 8:2, that is 4:1. When this one is 2, the weight at A should be 8 towards C. I hope it is fine. 1 and 1, if this one is 2, the weight at B should be like this. We have assumed the values. Now, after assuming the value at C, we have 8 and 2, then we move on towards a line BA. Okay, if B is 2 and the ratio is 4:2, that means this should be 4 toward this side, that is 8 and 8. 4:2 means 2:1 is the ratio, so weight is to 1:2 ratio. So weight at A is 4 towards B. Now we work on a different point. If this one is 2 and 2, so weight at D should be 4. I hope it is fine. Work on F, this one is 2 and 4, so the weight at F should be 6. Work at E, this is the 8 and 2, so the weight at E should be 10. I hope it is clear. Now check, are we working on a right front or not? At G on the F field, the total weight is 6 plus 10 is 16. Okay, fine, we have a weight of 16 on FP at G. Now work on AD. This is the 4 and a total weight at A and B is nothing but 12. So 12 plus 4 is 16 at G. Again, from the both sides we have a 16 weight. Means we are on a right track. So up we have a question. We have to find the FG. Can you see the ratio of FG upon GE, that is FG upon GE is the weight at E and the weight at F. Weight at E upon weight at F. We have all the weights. E is nothing but 10, F is 6, GE is 3. So can we say FG should be 5? I hope it is clear. It will take max to max 1.5 minutes. We are working with you with some concepts, discussing some concepts, so it's taking a 2 and 3 minutes time. But when you work at examination or in the examination, it will take hardly 1.5 minutes. I am solving another question. The same concept. We are solving another question. I hope after doing the question number 3, you have everything in front of you. You can solve any question if you have finding the some distance or the area and you have the ratio. Okay. Read the question number 3. This is the last question of this video and question number 3. We plotted the diagram according to the question. We have AB 7, 8 and 12 respectively, AB, BC, CA. We have some data given. Now get another values. Can say if this one is 4, then this one is 3 centimeter, 2 then 6 centimeter, 5 then 7 centimeter. So we get almost all the values of the ratio. Work at, so can we start from 8? No, there is a 3 line crossing. So we should get minimum 1 or 2 values, minimum 2 values at 8. There is no need, but we can get. So we start from C. C, the gap first on the BC line is 6 and the gap and AC line is 5. So can we take a value of 6 or 5? So we are taking the product. 6 and 5 is 30. So the weight at C is 30. To make it an easy calculation, we are taking 30. So if 5 is to 7, the ratio should be 5:7. For the 5 it is 30, for the 7 it should be 42 towards C. Okay. Now work on a BC line for the B. This is a ratio of 6:2 means 3:1. 3 for the 10, then 3 for the 30, then 10 for the B towards C. Now you have 42, and can we say from the A we have 3 different lines, so we should get minimum 2 values, one for the AC, one for the AB. This is the point where you have to make yourself very cautious. Now after C we have either work from the A or from the B. We start working from the B because we have at B only 2 line crossing, that is the BC and BA. So we start on B after C and get another value of A. We do not go for the A and get another value of B. We are not getting any other value at B because B has only 2 lines. So this can hold only one value. If we have 3 to 4 lines, we have different such values. So this is the C, and can see what is the ratio of the F is the 3:4. Okay, so the ratio is 3:4. Can you see what we are doing? If 4 is 10, then for the 3 this will be 15/2. So the weight at this should be 15/2. There is no problem with the 15/2, but can you see if we are getting any fraction value, we can multiply the same denominator in the every value and get the proper rational number, proper integral value. You can work on a 15/2, there is no any harm. But for the safer side, can we say it is a 15/2, so let's multiply 2 in all. This is 15, 10 becomes 20, 30 becomes 60, 42 becomes 84. So we are getting a whole number or the natural number. Even 15/2 would have no harm. Now, what is the weight at D? This is 60 and 80, so this would be 80. What is the weight at this? This is 99. So weight at O is 99 plus 80 is 179. On the AD line, what is the weight at F? This is the 15 and 30 is 35. That is an 84, and this one is 144. So the weight at this is nothing but 179. So we cross check the weight at O is 179 from both the lines. Now we have to find the ratio of the area of AFO and AOE in the question. You can find any area ratio if you want. There is no any issue. So if we have a ratio of a figure called AFE, so can we say if we have AFE is a triangle and O is a point, you have a common vertex that the ratio of the figures totally defined as their base. For the common vertex and the common base, the ratio of their triangle of the areas is directly proportional to the ratio of their base. So if we find the ratio of the bases, we get the ratio of the area. So the ratio of FO is what is 144x. So say this is the x or 144 and this is 35x. So this is the FO is to OE ratio is 144 is to 35. The area ratio of the, say this is the delta x and the delta y. So delta x upon delta y is equal to 144 upon 35 is my answer. I hope it is clear to you. Start with C, then get a value of A towards C, get a value of B towards B. Since we have only 2 line crossing from B, so from C work at point A, work at point B, then get all values. You can find the ratio of AO to OD if required. I hope it is clear to you. MPG is very much helpful if you have ratios in your hand and finding some area or again this another ratio. There are other values also. I hope if you can work on the MPG, you can solve any question in just seconds. Seconds mean not in a 5 to 10 seconds, but in 60 to 65 seconds. Okay, if you have any doubt, please ping me on Facebook or in this video thread.